Hello friends, myself Ahir DR from RBNB College Srirampur. Today I deliver a lecture on motion in a plane from 11th Science. In previous lecture we studied about the uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, angular speed is constant. And therefore, in a uniform circular motion, there is only radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. In last lecture, we studied about the angular speed. Angular speed means the angular or angle per unit time, that is equal to omega. And also in last lecture we studied about the angular displacement, which is shown by theta. This angular displacement is angle traced by radius vector per unit time. Now for centripetal acceleration, there is uniform circular motion. So for that purpose, we consider an object revolving along the circumference of a circle in an anti-clockwise sense with a constant angular speed omega. This circle having radius say small r. So radius vector can be drawn from the center of circle to the position of particle on the circumference. Initially, position of particle is P0. And this particle revolving along the circumference of a circle in anti-clockwise sense with constant angular speed omega. So after some time, particle reaches to new position, say P, making an angle theta with the horizontal. If you consider this motion in a plane, motion of particle in a plane, then we draw XY axis. So this one is the Y axis and this is X axis. So when particle is at position P, then from P we draw the perpendicular on X axis. Also we draw the perpendicular on Y axis. So perpendicular on X axis is say PA, and this distance OA is equal to small x. When we draw perpendicular from P on Y axis, then it is at point B on Y axis. So this distance OB is equal to y. It is along the y axis, so this distance is y. As we know that this distance OB is equal to PA, so we write PA is also equal to y. Now consider this right angle triangle POA. In triangle POA, we find out its sine angle. So sine theta is equal to PA upon OP. Now magnitude of this OP is also equal to radius of circle, which is shown by small r. So PA is equal to y, so we get sine theta is equal to y, OP is equal to small r, so y upon r. By rearranging this one, we get small y is equal to r sine theta. Again we consider same triangle POA. In this case, cos theta is equal to OA upon OP. We know that this OA is equal to x. So we write cos theta is equal to x upon OP is small r. So cos theta is equal to x upon r. Similarly, by rearranging this one, we get x is equal to r cos theta. So this is equation 1. Gives us magnitude of y is equal to r sin theta. Y is equal to, or x is equal to r cos theta, equation 2. Now this OP shows radius vector, or it is also called as position vector. Now this position vector r bar can be resolved into component. This vector OP, which is start from center of circle O and ends on position of particle on the circumference. So this is the radius vector, say r bar. This r bar can be resolved into component. One is along the x-axis, so we write x I cap plus y j cap, equation 3. Now we can substitute magnitude of x and y by using equation 1 and 2. Then we get vector r is equal to, x is r cos theta, so we write r cos theta into unit vector I cap plus magnitude of y is r sin theta into j cap. This is equation 4. Now this equation 4 is the radius vector. In this, I cap and j cap are unit vectors along x-axis and y-axis respectively. Now we have to find out centripetal acceleration. We know that definition of acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called as acceleration. Definition of velocity is rate of change of displacement with respect to time. It is called as velocity. So as we know that this r is the position vector. So according to definition of instantaneous velocity, we take the derivative of this position vector with respect to time. Therefore, instantaneous velocity v bar is equal to dr bar by dt. Means we have to take derivative of r bar with respect to time. So we substitute value of vector r by using equation 4. So we write d by dt in bracket r cos theta into I cap plus r sin theta into j cap. Now see here in this diagram, as you know that omega is equal to angle upon time. So omega is equal to angle upon time. In that case we consider small time t, or at any instant time t, we get omega is equal to, this angle is theta upon t. By rearranging this one, we get theta is equal to omega t. Now we have to substitute theta is equal to omega t. Then this equation will become vector v is equal to, or we substitute this value of theta in this equation also. So we write vector r is equal to r cos omega t into I cap plus r sin omega t into j cap. This is equation 4, and this equation 4 gives us vector r. Now by substituting this one, we get d by dt of r cos omega t into I cap plus r sin omega t into j cap. Now we have to take derivative of this term with respect to time. Then we have to take derivative of this term with respect to time. By separating derivative, we get vector v is equal to d by dt of r cos omega t into I cap plus d by dt into r sin omega t into j cap. As you know that r is the radius which is constant, so take out of the derivative. Then we get vector v is equal to r into d by dt cos omega t into I cap plus r into d by dt sin omega t into j cap. Now we take common this r, then we write here vector v is equal to r into, now derivative of cos is minus sin, so we write here minus sin omega t. Again we take here derivative of omega t with respect to t, then it is equal to omega, so here we write omega minus omega into sin omega t into I cap. Similarly, derivative of sin is plus cos, so we write here cos omega t, and derivative of omega t with respect to time is omega, so finally we get omega cos omega t into j cap. So again we take common this omega, then we get vector v is equal to r omega in bracket minus sin omega t into I cap plus cos omega t into j cap. This is equation 5. Equation 5 gives us instantaneous velocity. Now we have to find out acceleration. As you know that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Therefore, instantaneous acceleration A equal to dv bar upon dt. So we have to take derivative of this vector v with respect to time. Then we get r omega as it is in bracket minus sin omega t I cap plus cos omega t into j cap. Now again we have to take derivative. With respect to omega t. So by separating this derivative, we get vector A is equal to r omega is constant, so take out of the derivative r omega, then in bracket d by dt in bracket minus sin omega t I cap plus d by dt in bracket cos omega t into j cap, that is equal to r omega. Now derivative of sin is plus cos, so here we write cos omega t, and derivative of omega t is omega, so this minus as it is into omega cos omega t into I cap plus in bracket derivative of cos is minus sin omega t, and again derivative of omega t is omega, so here we write minus omega into sin omega t j cap. Now take again minus omega common, then we get omega into omega will become omega square, so we write minus omega square. Now multiply this term by r, so we get r cos omega t into I cap. Again multiply this r to this term, then we get plus r sin omega t into j cap. But we know that according to equation 4 we get r cos omega t into I cap plus r sin omega t into j cap is equal to vector r. So instead this bracket we write directly vector r, so we get A is equal to vector A is equal to minus omega square into vector r, equation 6. Now in that case A is the acceleration, omega is the angular velocity, and r is the radius vector. But this circular motion is uniform circular motion, because in this circular motion particle revolving along the circumference of a circle with constant angular speed omega, and that's why there is only radial acceleration. So this acceleration in this case it is a radial acceleration, so this radial acceleration is also equal to, we consider here magnitude omega square into r. magnitude of radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration is equal to omega square r. In the last lecture, we studied the relation omega is equal to V upon R. Now we substitute this. We have to substitute omega square. So we square all these two terms. So we write omega square means V square upon R square into R. Here R get cancel, and therefore we write here V square upon R. This is also radial acceleration. So magnitude of radial acceleration is also V square upon R. Now if we substitute here omega square is equal to, or V is equal to R omega, then we get, here we substitute V is equal to R omega, then we get R square omega square upon R. Now R get cancel, so we write here R into omega square. By rearranging this, we get R omega into omega, but we know that R omega is V, so radial acceleration AR is also equal to omega into V. So according to this, we get centripetal acceleration. This centripetal acceleration is omega square into R. Also it is equal to V square upon R. Also radial acceleration is equal to omega into V. So this is about the centripetal acceleration. In a linear motion, we know that the force acting on particle is given by m into A. This is the radial acceleration in case of uniform circular motion. So force regarding to this is a radial force, or it is also called as centripetal force, and that centripetal force is equal to mass of an object into centripetal acceleration. When we substitute all these values, then we get centripetal force is equal to m into omega square r. So this is the magnitude of centripetal force. Also this centripetal force is equal to m v square upon r. And also this same centripetal force can be written as m omega into v. So these are the different forms of centripetal force acting on a particle, in which particle is revolving along the circumference of a circle with constant angular speed omega. So this is about the centripetal force or radial force. And now we stop here.